All right, guys, we have some more news I want to share with you here. No, I'm not turning into a news channel, but something like this, it's all over the news here. Might be in world news, I don't know, wherever you're from, but this is something here I wanted to share with you. News article says Dutch hostage held in Philippines killed in gun battle. Ewold, E-W-O-L-D, Horn, shot dead during firefight between ISIL-linked group and Philippines military forces after years-long ordeal. A Dutch man held in the Philippines by firefighters linked to the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, ISIL or ISIS, has been killed during a firefight between his kidnappers and soldiers, military forces and Dutch officials said. Ewold Horn, 59, had been held since 2012 by Abu Sayyaf group and was fatally wounded by his captors on Friday as he tried to escape from the gun battle between members of the organization and military troops on the southwest island of Julu in Sulu province, military commander Brigadier General Divino Pabayo Jr. said. The Dutch foreign minister meanwhile confirmed Horn died in an exchange of fire, adding that it was investigating the exact circumstance of his death. At least 6 Abu Sayyaf fighters were also killed and 12 others wounded in the nearly 2-hour firefight, including one of the wives of the group commander, Rudulan Saharan. The military said Saharan has been wanted by the United States and the Philippines for banditry and assault. 8 soldiers were also wounded, the military added. Horn and a Swiss tourist, Lorenzo Visingara, I guess that's how you pronounce it, along with the Filipino guide Ivan Saranas, were kidnapped by gunmen during a birdwatching trip in the Philippines' southmost province of Tawai, near Sulu in 2012. Saranas escaped by jumping into the sea while they were being taken by motorboat to Julu shortly after they were abducted. Visingara escaped 2 years later. The military said it recovered Horn's body, while Dutch Foreign Minister Stef Blok said the Netherlands has informed his family of the incident. I am shocked by the terrible outcome, Blok said. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte condemned Horn's killing and sent condolences to his family. We vow to pursue these killers to the end of the earth until they are brought to justice, the president's spokesman Salvador Panelo said in a statement. Abu Sayyaf is a small but violent group in the Muslim south of the largely Catholic Philippines that have been active since the early 1990s. It has been known to commit extortion, kidnap, beheading, and bombing, and has pledged allegiance to the ISIL group operating in Iraq and in Syria. It early pledged allegiance to the Al-Qaeda group. Philippine officials blame the group for the deadly January bombing of a Catholic cathedral on Julu Island during Sunday Mass that killed more than 20 people and marked the worst attack to hit the archipelago in years. The bombing was claimed by ISIL. So there it is. I mean, there's a bunch of different articles out there right now. But anyways, this Dutch hostage was killed. I guess from what I'm reading, there was a fight out with military forces here in the ISIL group, and he was shot. He was shot by his captors. But there's a lot of articles out here on this right now. I am just reading one. This is actually the news from the Netherlands. There's a bunch of news here, in the Philippines that are, covering it. But yeah, this guy was kidnapped in 2012. Now, people always say, and people are going to say, is it safe to travel to the Philippines? After hearing something like this, is it safe to travel? Let's look. What does the United States? The United States says, now different countries might have different travel advisories for the Philippines. I'm just going to give you what the United States travel.state.gov says about it. It says a Philippine travel advisory. This was updated April 9th, 2019, so it's fairly new. They have 4 different types of travel advisory levels here in the Philippines. 1, exercise normal precaution. 2, exercise increased caution. 3, reconsider travel. And 4, do not travel. Now the Philippines here has 3 of the 4 different areas here that they recommend. The Philippines itself, it's a level 2, exercise increased caution. Now, that being said, I've been living here, well, I've been coming here for 7 years, been living here permanently for almost 3. Every time I step out on the streets here, I exercise increased caution all the time. Not increased caution, oh, is somebody going to get me? Is somebody going to stick me up? Is somebody going to try to rob me? No. Different levels of increased caution. When I walk down the street, I use increased caution when I'm walking because these trucks fly right by you. You know, when you're walking around and people are parked on the sidewalk and you got to walk out on the road, you got to use increased caution because you never know. Somebody might be drifting to the side, you know, far. When you're walking on these sidewalks, you have to use increased caution because these sidewalks are banged up. They're messed up. So you always got to use some type of increased caution. Exercise normal precaution. What does that mean? I guess if you're at Disneyland, you know, normal precaution. I guess normal precaution to me would be here like if I'm in the mall. There's so many people around, there's so much going around. And even then you still gotta exercise some precaution, you know, make sure you don't get pickpocketed or something like that. But is it gonna happen in the mall? Sure, it can happen. Is it likely? Probably not. But even driving here, if you rent a motorbike and you're visiting here, you're renting a motorbike or renting a car, certain places, people will just walk out in front of you. They hold the Iron Man hand out, stop, and you got to stop. Motorcycle cuts in front of you, you got to stop. You always got to use increased caution, even when driving here in the Philippines. And then it goes on, increased caution. Let me see. That's the majority of the Philippines. They have it at a level 2. Let me see here. A level 4. Straight up level 4. Do not travel. A level 4 is do not travel. Sulu Archipelago and Sulu Sea. Do not travel. That area down there is the area where this man was kidnapped. He was on a bird expedition. Him, I don't know how many others were with him, and then a guide. Would I recommend doing something like that in areas down there? No. It's a level 4. Sulu Archipelago and Sulu Sea. Terrorists and armed groups continue to conduct kidnapping on land and sea for ransom, bombing, and other attack targeting U.S. citizens, foreigners, civilians, even civilian, local government institutions, and security forces. So they're not just targeting travelers. They're not just targeting them. They're civilians, local government, security forces. And here's the thing: the U.S. government has limited ability to provide emergency services to U.S. citizens in the Sulu Archipelago and Sulu Sea, as U.S. government employees must obtain special authorization to travel to those areas. Marawi City in Mindanao, do not travel. There it is. Government employees must obtain special authorizations to travel there. Let me see, the do not travel, reconsider travel. Reconsider travel to other areas of Mindanao due to crime, terrors, civil unrest, and kidnapping. In other words, they're saying Mindanao itself, they're saying reconsider travel. I myself, my wife, we lived down in Mindanao for almost 6 months. Now, we lived in the northern part of Mindanao. I never once felt unsafe there. Everybody I met there, very friendly. The people that live there, very friendly, very hospitable, willing to offer you things. Very, very, very nice people. I did, however, was told by Lut's family, my wife, do not travel at night. Just don't travel at night. It had nothing to do with terror groups or anything like that getting you. There's always somebody there that is always going to look for some type of opportunity, and it happens not only to a foreigner, but even to somebody that lives there. They say don't travel at night. So if I did have to leave, Louisa, my wife's parents, where she lived, to go to our apartment, her brothers and her uncles would always get on their motorcycles, and we only lived about 2 miles down the road, but they would actually escort us down there at night to where we live. And it had, like I said, it had nothing to do with kidnapping or anything like that. It just happened, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, do not travel to Mindanao. Reconsider traveling. As far as traveling here in the Philippines, doing the touristy thing, coming here, going to the tourist things like Boracay, Palawan, Coron, all those big major tourist destinations that a lot of people go to, I would not be afraid at all. You get there, there's a lot of tourists there. There's just groups and groups and tons of tourists, tons and tons of foreigners there, traveling there. Is it safe there? Yes, I would feel safe there. We just got back from a 3-week trip. I felt safe the whole time. Cebu, Oslo, southern Cebu. We were up in Siargao Island, which is, if not mistaken, is a part of Mindanao. I felt completely safe up there. I did not feel unsafe at all. But it's like I said, anywhere you go here, increase caution. That's anywhere you go, anywhere you travel, any place you go, no matter where you go. I mean, I've traveled to Mexico, Jamaica, Bahamas. I always use caution, increase caution. And it's even sad to say, even where I'm at in the United States in general, with what's going on there, with and you see it all the time on the news, the shootings, the killings, the robberies, and how many people do you see missing in the United States? They show up missing. Showing up missing, is that a form of kidnapping? Sure, it even happens in the United States. The only reason something like this becomes big news is because, the Philippines has, these Abu Sayyaf groups that, run around the Philippines and southern Philippines. And yes, there is groups here running around in southern Philippines that do these things, and it's just been an ongoing battle between the government and this group. But would I feel unsafe traveling here as a foreigner? No, I would not feel unsafe. Like I said, I live here. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of foreigners that live here. Some even down in Mindanao. That's their choice, but don't feel unsafe. You see a lot of these travel vloggers. Some are good, some are fake. You see them traveling all over, but a lot of them are traveling to tourist destinations, and that's where they're going. I know of one, and I think he's one of the better travel vloggers. He'll go to these places like me, these places where not many travelers or not too many people know about, the off the beaten path type things. We do it. I do it. I myself feel safer traveling with a Filipino. My wife, she can talk, she can interpret, things like that. But would I recommend, getting a guide going down in southern Mindanao and do some bird watching or island hopping down there? No. And you don't see tourists in tourist spots and the tourism department telling foreigners to go down there to check places out. I'm sure there's beautiful, beautiful areas down there, but it's not recommended. So anyways, like I said, I am not going to be a news channel. That's not my thing. We're going to get out, start doing some more videos. I know I've been lacking. School starts on Monday. That'll free up some more time. And but anyways, I wanted to share this with you in case you've seen this where you live and you're thinking about coming to the Philippines, and now you're thinking of it twice. Like I said, I've been coming here for 7 years. A lot of guys have been here a lot longer than me. You do not have to feel unsafe here in the Philippines. Always use caution no matter where you're at. Do not go down. I do not recommend going down into southern part of Mindanao. Siargao Island, been there, love it there, beautiful place, relaxing place. So anyways, figured I'd share this, and I'm gonna wrap this one up, and we'll talk to you later.